Hey everybody, this is Cordelia, and today's video is about how do you maximize your profit when you're designing a product. Whether you're doing a bundle, private label, thinking of your own spin to bring something to market, I'm going to go through the exact points that you need to consider to make sure you understand the data and design behind how to develop a maximally profitable product. So please stay tuned and watch to the end and like and subscribe and all that good stuff and hit the little bell to be notified of new videos. All right, so without further ado, let me jump right in here. And I'm going to use Amazon. This is definitely a great list of stuff to use for developing products for Amazon. However, the data that you get from developing products for Amazon, you can really use for any platform, whether you're selling it on your own website or another marketplace or even in a retail store. That kind of data about what consumers really want and how to determine profitability is really important and very useful as well. So let me tell you a little bit about me and us, my company. We work with customers, clients to help them with bundles, product listings, Amazon strategy, brand registry, whatever they need help with to be successful. Here's a testimonial from one of our happy customers. And I just wanted to let you know that we're available to work with you if you would like. We also help people with private label and bundling to product development. Okay, so when you're developing a product, you need to look at both the data and design. So I'm going to start with the data. So know your production costs. And it's not always easy to know this, especially if it's a new product that you've never done before. So part of what you're going to want to do is really be like a detective. Is this something you're going to want to build from scratch, or are you going to modify a currently existing product? And you're going to want to contact at least 2 potential suppliers. And the first few contacts are going to be very fact-finding oriented. So you can ask about pricing, but you also want to ask about the design process and how they work. You know, because some products, like, it really doesn't cost them any less to make 100 versus 2,000. But some it does. So you need to know that and understand their process so that you can understand like the questions you need to ask and where you can negotiate. And you're going to want to know the costs at different scale. If you can have a product made and break even on it, or even lose a little bit of money at, say, 50 units, but you can test it, that is frequently a good thing to do. And then, know that like if you make 1,000, what your costs would change to, or 2,000 or 500, and kind of develop a spreadsheet as to your costs and how they're going to change with scale, so that you know your profit when you're launching, and you know your profit if it's successful, and how you're going to grow. So you want to find at least 2 suppliers for that. Designing, I love product design. I love doing research and coming up with great ideas, but this kind of nitty-gritty product development is so important because you want to do as much of this as you can before you ever produce one thing, so that you really understand if it's worth your time and energy and if you're going to make money at it. The other thing you need to look at is your logistics and sales costs. What are the dimensions of your product? How much does it weigh? What type of packaging will it need? Now, if you're designing retail packaging, retail-ready packaging for like a store shelf, that's really different than e-commerce packaging. E-commerce packaging needs to stand up to multiple shipping and warehouse abuse. And so know your costs in that, and determine your fulfillment costs. How much is it going to cost to ship it nationally, internationally, if you want to do that? How much, if you're going to use FBA, how much is that going to cost? Just research all of that, and then work in some advertising costs into your formula as well, because you really can't do a product launch now without advertising. So now you're going to want to look at the market and see what similar products sell for. You want to see about what you think you can charge. Now, even if you do a premium version of this product, you still have a range of what you can charge. So realistically see like your launch price, your price over time. Is there something you can bundle with it to make it a little more of a nicer item? And what are the quality points that matter to the customer? Sometimes we think like, well, I'm going to improve this part of the quality, and the customer really doesn't care about that, but they do care about something else. So look through the reviews and see what other people care about so that you can make sure that you're addressing your potential customers' issues and not just what you think is important. And now we get into design. So let's say you've done all this data research. You're like, okay, I can sell this for $20. It's going to cost me $5. With shipping, it's going to cost me $15 and ads. So I'm going to make $5. So let's say you figured all that out. You're ready to look at design. Search Amazon for similar popular products. And this is the key. You want to look at popular products. Now you can use a tool like Helium 10's X-Ray or Jungle Scout to sort your results by monthly sales. But you want to make sure that you're really looking at successful products and not just what comes up in search. See how they're photographed, see what kind of packaging they have, if the packaging matters, and just see what it is about the product that is successful. So maybe you're like, well, I'm going to do a pink widget because everybody loves pink. But it turns out that blue is really the most popular color. And you're like, I thought pink would matter, but actually I think I'm going to go with blue. So these are things you can learn from kind of assessing the marketplace. And also go to stores and look at similar products. Look at how they're packaged. Read the bottom of the box and see what kind of safety requirements that product has. And I mean, I take a ton of pictures of packages all the time when I'm curious about that stuff. Buy a sample of the package if you like it. The other thing I want to note about packaging that I said earlier is a lot of suppliers, they're used to retail packaging. Vendors, manufacturers, things like that. So just because they say it comes packaged doesn't necessarily mean that it's packaged for e-commerce. So make sure you understand what they mean by packaging and make sure that works for you, because we frequently have to repackage stuff or do our own packaging to make sure it doesn't break. And then finally, check compliance both with the government and with your insurance company. So go to the Consumer Product Safety Commission, go to California Prop 65, and I have links to these below in the comments, in the description for you can go check. Check Amazon Terms of Service, make sure you're compliant with child safety laws. Everything has to be tested now by batch for children's products. So if you're doing a children's product, make sure that you're doing that testing. And then call your insurance company or email them and make sure that if you're adding a new product line to your business, that you're going to actually be covered for that product, and find out what their rules and regulations are. You want to do all this before you've ever made one widget, because this all works into your profitability for the product. And then once you've done all of that, and you've developed a really awesome spreadsheet and a bunch of photographs, then you can decide, is this something you're really going to go develop? And then at that point, you get into the more fun part again of package design and product design and really coming up with your best product to sell. So make sure that you take the time to go through the data and design process to really check and make sure this product is a good idea. All right, so you can follow up with me. I'm in a lot of different places: LinkedIn, Facebook, internet, web, you name it. If you just search for my name, you can usually find me, Cordelia Blake. And as I mentioned, this is one of our happy testimonials. Please go ahead and follow me here so you get notified. I do new educational videos weekly. And I hope that you guys have a super profitable day. And please comment if you have other things that you do or if you have any questions. All right. Thanks, everybody.